The sliding device, technically referred to as just a slider, may well be the most important device that these four individuals have in their possession. Resembling a small remote control in shape and size, this unique device has the ability to execute a top-secret algorithm that will activate an invisible portal leading directly unto the confines of a parallel Earth. It is upon such an Earth where the members' compound is located. Now, airplane. Realize how sleek your wings are. How flexible they are. Their sweep. Their irritating slope. Mark insisted. In less than 1 full hour. You will never forget how irritating a sleek pair of wings can be. Jack stated, as he began to flex a wing. All the members had to do in capturing such a massive creature was to thrust the invisible portal straight in front of it as it sped up on the runway towards their location. The airplane would thus keep on speeding up in belief that liftoff was just going to be a few seconds after, only to quickly find itself in an area with much different scenery surrounding it. At that point, the airplane would be in the members' possession. What do you want from me? What the fuck do you want me to do? The A340 screamed, as Jack and Steve flexed their wings in sync. Nothing. There's nothing you can do about it. That's our job, airplane. Our job. Steve yelled, as he slowly flexed the right wing. Once the invisible portal has been opened, it lasts for exactly 1 minute and 1 minute only. This meant that these four individuals had just 1 minute or less to transport themselves and their captive creature, or else they would be forced to wait for another 12 hours for the device to fully reset itself. The members couldn't help but feel more than amazed at the success with the transportation of their first ever airplane. Remember, guys, it's best to flex those wings in sync. It will help keep the fuselage level. And make it all much easier. Tom stated. We know. Don't you worry. We know how to do it. We won't let one side of the fuselage veer up. It'll remain level. Steve added. The airplane continued to speed up a few seconds after unwittingly entering the portal that had been thrust in front of it, with the four members walking right behind its sleek and plump hide. Upon comprehending that the scenery around it had dramatically changed right in front of itself, the airplane couldn't help but slam hard upon its brakes. The members watched the wing flaps thrust, as they walked around to its nose. Please. Just stop. Damn it. Please. Don't do this. The A340 screamed, grunting as it had both wings flexed over the platform sides. Look at those fuckers flex. Look at them bend. The curve in those wings. The way they flex. That shit turns me on. Mark insisted. If the event of being transported to a foreign arena hadn't scared the airplane much, then the sight of the members at their full heights of about 100 feet certainly did. The airplane had trouble comprehending the gist of the situation that it had been thrust into, for it has never heard about concepts such as parallel Earths or humans with unimaginable characteristics. Then again, this was an incredibly young aircraft. They don't just flex down straight, do they? They kinda bend. They curve down. I knew they were sleek. But, Jack responded, you didn't know they were this sleek. Yes. I know what you're saying. Maybe we have to beat the curve out of them. Tom added. This was a very young airplane that has yet to experience much of what the world has to offer, and the members couldn't help but take advantage of that notion. They informed the airplane that if it were to live a long and prosperous life as most do, then it would come to find out that things are not always as they seem. This was a notion that was far from the truth, but the airplane simply couldn't help but look around itself. We knew there would be curve. Like we discussed. I'm sure we still intend to nail its wings. And put the bird to work. Mark stated. What are you talking about? Putting me to work? Damn. What the hell is your problem? The A340 cried, with its wings bent further. The massive compound to which this airplane had been dragged featured an area about the size of 300 square acres, all fully paved and enclosed within the confines of a 50-foot concrete wall. A variety of intimidating structures dotted the compound's interior in spots, with the sleek and plump airplane itself having been dragged over to such a structure the members referred to as the wing-binding platform. "We don't want to hear it, airplane. Your wings may be sleeker than we thought. And they will be dealt with. Period," Steve insisted. "Let's pull these wings straight to the ground. And nail this damn plane down. Once and for all," Jack yelled, ready to give a hard tug. The structure to which this airplane had been dragged toward featured dimensions of about 200 by 60 by 10, and it had been built with just the right dimensions for a fuselage of this caliber. The structure, called the wing-binding platform, simply allowed the fuselage to be raised above the ground, with its wings veering ever so gracefully up and over the platform's sides. This slab, though, was not meant to be a resting place. "Oh. Somebody. Stop. Please. Leave me the hell alone," the A340 screamed, as it had its massive wings tugged all the way down. "Listen to the birds scream now." "Yeah. Now the plane's starting to learn," Tom remarked, kneeling and facing the A340 nose head on. The slab of concrete that the members had termed the wing-binding platform had been specifically designed for the handling of an airplane's wings. The idea of pulling the wings down and nailing them to the ground had been an event that Tom, the leader of this group of 4, had wanted to make reality as far back as he could possibly remember. The time has now come for an airplane to get what it really deserves. "Are you ready to grab that spike? And nail that fucker down?" "I know I am. My foot is holding the wing down now," Steve remarked. "Yes. I'm ready when you are. We simply impale the wingtip, drive the spike down, and screw the sucker in tight," Jack responded. The airplane had been forced to retract its landing gear in order to allow the fuselage to drop flat upon the ground, and then it had its nose grabbed by one of the members and simply dragged forward up and onto the slab. The aircraft was nicely centered, where it had been forced to spend the night with very little having been said about what was to come. These members wanted an entire day at hand to handle an airplane. Just remember. Line the spikes with the holes in the ground. The holes are threaded. So, just screw in the spikes, Mark remarked. "You son of a bitch. You're gonna ruin my wings. You won't get away with this. I have radar. They will find me," the A340 yelled. The members had known many years ago that a large portion of the first day would likely be spent on the hunt and capture itself, and so the members decided to tack on a second day that would be reserved for the actual treatment sessions. These members had wanted a full day of about 8 to 12 hours at their disposal to handle any given airplane, and so they simply left their prime a bit concerned upon the platform. "Radar? Not gonna work around here. But I think you kind of know that. You can beg. But it won't do you any good," Tom insisted. "That's right. You can beg all you like. Only we will hear you. As for your world? Forget it, plane. You're ours. Ours," Mark added. Such was the case with the members' first ever capture, a truly sleek Airbus A340-311 that had its wings nailed during the early hours of the preceding day. The airplane had been abused and tormented as the day progressed in a brutal and uncompromising way, and words could not adequately describe what the members ended up putting it through. By the time the day ended, flight for this airplane would be but a dream. "We finally did it. It's down. Wing bound and nailed. We pulled the plane from the sky. And we nailed it to the ground," Steve stated. "Please. What are you doing? Please. Don't. Damn you. Please," the wing-bound A340 screamed, as Tom grabbed it by its nose.